Pop-up cinema is really growing throughout the UK. There are just a few things to remember when trying to put on an event like this. If you're using projection for an outdoor screening, light is a real issue. You tend not to be able to screen till about 30 minutes after sunset, once it is completely dark. You need to be very aware of ambient lighting, street lights, all of the things in the area that can come across the screen. The best place to position the projector would be ideally as central to the screen as possible. If you're screening in rear projection, it would be, again, central to the screen at a distance back from the screen. When setting up a screening, it is very important that you calibrate the sound properly to the individual acoustics of the room. This can be done manually through a mixing disc or through a calibration mic on a processor. The best place to position speakers, if you're screening in 5.1, would be the left and right channel would go even distance on each side of the screen. The centre channel could go below or just above the screen depending on the situation, and your surround left and right would go at the back of the room, left and right. You need to treat each screening as an individual event. Sometimes you can use surround sound if it's a small enough area, but if it's a wide area with people sitting, it's sometimes better to stick with stereo sound so that dialogue is not lost for certain parts of the audience. For an outdoor screening, you need to also make sure you've got the right cables and power supplies. Make sure they're outdoor weatherproof sockets and that all equipment is covered. It is very important to keep the projector in a cool, well-ventilated space so that there's a constant airflow going through the projector and over the lamp. If this is not done, it will cause the projector to overheat and shut down, potentially causing damage. It is very important to get the right advice before purchasing equipment for your indoor or outdoor screenings. Every piece of equipment is different and every situation is different. There's so many different variances in projectors, for instance, lumens, power, size, the ventilation space that is needed. There's good advice out there and don't be afraid to ask, because the worst thing you can do is buy the wrong equipment for the job. The key thing to remember is always be prepared. Outdoor screenings are very unpredictable. You need to do your research, have contingency plans in place, but if you do this, you can really pull off a great event.